Good evening, dear teachers. Welcome to today's webinar. We'll wait for a few more minutes and we will shortly start our webinar today. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to all in one. Yes, you may please mention your name, school name. We will wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start our today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, good evening, Pallavi ma'am. Good evening, Preeti ma'am. Good evening, Monica ma'am. Good evening. Happy to see all of you here on this webinar. We were eagerly waiting for all of you to join. Yes, good evening, Kavita ma'am. Good evening, Shobna ma'am. Good evening, one and all.
Good evening, everyone. Shakira ma'am, good evening. Jyotsna ma'am, good evening. Nishi ma'am, good evening. Soumya ma'am, good evening, everyone.
Yes, so I think, Sojanya, we are good to start 4:01 and let's start formally. So, good evening, dear teachers and school leaders. Welcome to the webinars facilitated by Learning Design and Curriculum Expert. My name is Rinju and I'm joined by Ms. Sojanya. We are the hosts for today's webinar.
Before we get started, a few housekeeping norms for the webinar. All participants have been placed on mute, and except for the presenters, cameras will remain closed. This helps in reducing distractions. In case you have any queries or concerns, please put them in the chat. We will answer them in the chat itself. If the query is related to the content covered in the webinar, our facilitators will answer them during or at the end of the webinar.
Yes, so we are trying to maintain high level of network connectivity. If we face any glitch, we would like to inform you, and also to avoid the disturbances, please check your internet connectivity at your end. Many times it happens, a easy step, we log in, log out, and then log in again, and the query gets resolved. So please do log in again, log out, log in if you face any technical challenges.
So we'll wait for one more minute to join more teachers. I'm going to
Yes,
wait for
yes,
one more
Sojanya,
minute.
yes, we shall wait for another minute.
Yes. Good evening, all the teachers and leaders. Welcome to the webinar.
Good evening, one and all. Good evening, Kirti ma'am. Good evening, Neha ma'am. As Miss Sojanya said, we'll wait for another couple of seconds and then we'll again move ahead forward.
Thank you, Rinju.
Yes,
Then,
I think it's
at,
4:03. We should start now. Yes, please.
yes. At the end of the webinar, you will receive a feedback form. Kindly take a few minutes to complete the same. Your feedback will help us to enhance the quality of the webinars or workshops we prepare for you. Once the feedback is submitted, you will receive the certificate of participation in your registered email inbox. You must have been present in the webinar for a minimum of 60 minutes to be eligible to receive the certificate. I repeat, you must have been present in the webinar for a minimum of 60 minutes to be eligible to receive the certificate.
Cool, thank you. So today's webinar aims to give us an overview of Oxford Advantage Maths for grade 3, 4, and 5. And to facilitate the session, we have with us Ms. Yukti and Sparsh, who are the learning design and curriculum expert at Oxford University Press, India. So without any much of wait, over to you, Ms. Yukti and Sparsh.
Thank you, Rinju. Thank you so much. Yeah, so let me just share my PPT first. Please let me know if it's visible.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good evening, teachers, and thank you so much for joining today's session on Oxford Advantage grades 3 to 5 mathematics. Together with my colleague Spursh, I'll be walking you through the unique features of our program. So I'll be taking the print component, and Spursh will be showing you the digital platform. Okay, so before we begin, just a quick question that if you could just type in the chat box, where are you all joining us from today? Is it?
Can you please put on the presenter mode, Yukti? Like the
Just,
slide is very small. Yes, yes.
is it visible?
Okay, so a lot of teachers are joining from Nagpur, Kerala, Kurnool, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Punjab,
Oh, nice. Lovely.
Maharashtra, Hyderabad, Karnataka, Thane.
Great. So as we see that there are so many teachers, and we have a diverse group of educators joining us today. So even our classrooms are just as diverse, and we need a program that can cater to such diverse groups of learners. So for that, I'll be showing you exactly how our program Oxford Advantage, helps us cater to those needs within the classroom. So these are the covers for all the subjects for grades 3 to 5: English, mathematics, science, and social studies. Now, these are the mascots that we have in the revised series. So, as you can see, for English, science, Hindi, and for maths, the mascot is Mathematical Traveler. And these mascots are not just mascots. They become the visual companions for the children, so they take more interest, with more curiosity while studying the subject, the concepts. So this is a very interesting feature that we have in our books. Okay, now we come to the themes. As Oxford Advantage is a thematic program, and all our content is connected with different themes that we have identified. For maths, part A, so our books are in two parts. So, part A, the themes are us and the world, nature at play, and our country. For part B, the themes are motion, people, and ideas, natural resources and phenomena, and earth and sky. So all these mathematical concepts will revolve around these themes. As we know that maths is known to be a very abstract subject, a very dry subject. Uh, so children actually, find it less interesting than the other subjects. So there is a whole idea of having themes, and when we actually link and connect the mathematical concepts with these themes, they actually become more interesting and engaging for the children to learn these concepts. Then this is the table of contents. So for grade 3, we have these themes, and under each theme, the chapters have been listed. Grade 4 and grade 5. This is the table of content. Okay. This is something that I have picked from the NCF 2023. This is a statement. So NEP 2020 states that it is recognized that mathematics and mathematical thinking will be very important for India's future and India's leadership role in the numerous upcoming fields and professions that will involve artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, etc. So, why we are discussing is that, if you have ever heard about decoding activities, we have considered this, and I can show you on the next slide first that these are our theme opening pages. So each theme opens with a beautifully illustrated theme opening page. As you can see, these are the theme opening pages for two themes, us and the world and our country. And on each page, we have the chapters listed, the chapters that will be covered under that particular theme. So for us and the world, you can see two chapters are there. And for our country, again, there are two chapters. Now, on the theme opening pages, there are unplugged activities. So these are decoding activities that we have designed for each theme opening page. Now, how these help us? Going back to the previous slide, so decoding activities encourage pattern recognition, logic, and rule-based thinking. They shift the focus from rote calculation to reasoning and sense making. They develop algorithmic and step by step thinking in an age appropriate way, help students interpret symbols and data and not just compute answers, align with NEP 2020's emphasis on mathematical thinking for future ready skills. So these are very, very important skills that we would want to our children to have to inculcate. Now, at the primary level, we don't expect children to, we are not preparing children for a specific profession, but it is very important that we develop such thinking skills right from the beginning so that, they are ready for the future and, all the skills that they will be required to learn in the higher grades. So that is why this is how the theme opening pages in our books have been designed. Now, after the themes, we have the chapters. So these are the chapter opening pages. We have taken from one from grade 3, 4, and 5. Now, these are the components in these. We will just look at these in detail in the next slide. Now, this is the chapter opening page. It has 3 features. I wonder. Now, our I wonder has a it starts with a guiding question to make the children curious about what they are going to study in this chapter before we come to a very formal and structured way of teaching the concepts. If the chapter starts with a question, it is very good to get the children think that why do we need to study this chapter, so they take interest and they're ready to learn more about this. Then the I would section, this section lists all the learning outcomes that we have decided in the beginning that okay, these are the learning outcomes that we should be achieving by the end of the chapter, and these have been tagged with the competencies that are suggested by the NCF, mentioned in the NCF. So this is the list of learning outcomes. So earlier we have seen that the learning outcomes are usually stated in the teacher's manual and they're not visible for the students, but I think this is very transparent. It's a guide for the children also to know that what all they're going to learn at the end of end of the chapter. Then third is I know. Now this section is it's an activity or an exercise to assess the previous knowledge of the learner. So it builds on the previous knowledge of the learner, what children already know about this concept. As we know that maths is a very structured subject, it has its own progression. So we cannot start randomly somewhere, that okay, today I'm going to learn multiplication. I have to make sure that the child knows what multiplication, before multiplication, the child should know what is addition, what is repeated addition. So, you always build on the prior knowledge of the children. As far as maths is concerned. So this is a very important feature that we have on the very first page of the chapter. Going ahead, yes. So now we will talk about the 3 top changes that we have brought in our revised edition. First is the NCF recommended ELPS approach. Second is HOTS worksheets that we have included in the books. And third are the case study based questions. Now we will learn about these features in detail. Okay, before that, let me just ask you a quick question. Which of the following do you think, not the following, the options are given here on the side, on the right hand side, helps reduce students' fear of mathematics the most? So you can type in the chat box A, B, C, or D. Whether it is emphasis on speed and correct answers, B is repeated practice of sums, C is hands-on activities and discussion, or D, more homework and assignments.
So most of the teachers are saying C.
C, right. I'm not
I-
able to see the. Do I need to change the mode?
So I think
Okay.
all of the teachers are saying C, that we need hands-on activities and discussion.
Okay. Thank you so much for.
Some votes for B also.
Okay, repeated practice. Yeah, maths is like you need more and more practice for maths. That is absolutely correct. Okay, so I think C, yes. So hands-on activities and discussions, very rightly said. Thank you so much, teachers. Going further, yes. So as we all agree that in maths we do need experiential learning, hands-on practice, and more discussion. So I've been a maths teacher myself, and I know that children are very fearful of the subject. They think of maths and they're like, oh, I will make some mistakes. So many, like most children, are not very confident in mathematics. So that is why our maths books follow the approach ELPS, where E stands for experience, L for language, P for pictures, and S for symbols. Now, this I have picked from Foundational Literacy and Numeracy. This document is issued by NCRT. It's in the NCRT document, the FLN document. So there they have clearly mentioned that first, when you start teaching maths, it has to begin with experience, with some physical object. Like before I tell them, okay, before I show them that, okay, this is a sphere. I'll before that, if I show the child a spherical ball, then that would make more sense to the child. That, okay, I can see it, I can touch it, I can move it, I can feel it. Then the language part that would describe the experience. Then the pictures, that pictorial representation of what concepts are being taught. And the last is the symbols. Usually what we have seen is that if we start with the symbols first, that okay, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, then you don't know what is 2, what is 3, and like why are we even doing it? Why are we even adding these two numbers? But if we tell them, okay, 2 apples and 3 apples is equal to 5 apples, then the child knows. If you tell them, okay, there is some context to it. That is why thematic approach is also very important, because if suppose my theme is food and I'm talking about food, okay, Ravi got 2 candies and his mother gave him one more, how many does he have now? So it is like, you have actually done a thematic link with this concept, and the child will actually rate, okay, I know 2 plus 3 is 5 and I need to know why, because I have to solve this particular problem, which is a real life problem for him. So that is why the experience has to come first. I'll show you in the next slide also. So this is an example from our book. So you can see, let's experience. So here there's an activity: make pairs and take out 6 colorful strips of paper. Arrange the strips in 2 different ways. Remember that each row must have the same number of strips. Now, can you identify any similarities between the arrangements? So here the children are actually doing something. So this is a hands-on activity. They're experiencing first that if I take 2 colorful strips of paper, now there is a problem to solve, that, I have to arrange these in 2 different ways. And each row must have the same number of strips. So by hit and trial, by, experimenting with those, that is called experiential learning. So we have given the experience first, then we are coming to the, okay, then the language is also very important. After the experiential learning, why the language is important, let me take you back to the previous slide. Just a second, it's not moving. Yeah. So this on the right that you see, integration of literacy and numeracy. Again, this is from the same document, that mathematical terminology as a part of daily language. Use of language in understanding mathematical ideas. Language for disposition and mathematical thinking, communication, precise communication, language with mathematical ideas. So just understanding mathematical concepts or just experiencing something, by an help of an hands-on activity is not sufficient. We have to translate that experience into words, into, for suppose we have math stories, like word problems are an integral part of mathematical education, learning and education. So if the child has understood the concept but the child is not able to comprehend what is being asked, if you can only ask them through language, okay, this is a case, this is a question, now you understand and then you solve it. So for that, the child has to actually understand the language part of it. If the child is not able to understand the language, what is being asked, what is even required to do here, even if he knows what to do, he'll not be able to. So that is why language is very important. Even the NCRT has established it, that integration of literacy and numeracy is very, very important. So here we have the second language. So it introduces mathematical language to explain how concrete experience relates to the abstract idea. Then pictures. Now on the right, you can see that the same things we have shown it through visual representation, that Ramu planted 2 rows of 4 saplings each. Somu planted 4 rows of 2 saplings each. Now we have to see that how these two arrangements are different or there is any similarity between these. So pictorially we have represented it, so it is making some more sense. Okay, I can read it, I can see, okay, what picture is there. So then comes the symbol. Now can you identify the similarity, yes or no? Now we are saying that when we multiply two numbers, the order does not matter. So 2 into 4 is equal to 4 into 2, which is equal to 8. Here we are using the symbols multiplication and equal to. So that is why for maths, we have to follow this step-by-step approach. We just can't randomly start with abstract or shows pictures sometimes. So this is what NCRT has given in the FLN document. We are also following the same approach. That is how it has to continuing forward. So this is about this. Okay, next it's HOTS worksheets. So in the workbook, we have a separate worksheet for the HOTS questions. So higher order thinking skill questions. One example we're showing you here, that there is a 3-digit number. After adding 1 to that number, you need to regroup the ones, tens, and hundreds. Now, what is that number? Would you like to solve, teachers? And you can just type in your answers in the chat. Just this question is a HOTS question from our HOTS worksheet. Please give us a second. Okay. Yeah. Sparsh, do you see any answers to this?
So the teachers are saying 999.
Yes. Okay, yeah, that's the correct answer. Thank you.
Neha ma'am, Soma ma'am, all of them are saying that the answer is 999, which is the correct
answer. Thank you so much, teachers. So let us see why this is a HOTS question. This does not give the number directly. So it is, if the question would have been, okay, what is the place value of 9 in the number 900? Then this is just a straightaway question that you just have to tell, okay, the place value is hundreds, 900s. Requires understanding of place value. The child has to understand what does place value even mean before he could attempt even solving this question. Requires reasoning about regrouping across all three places, because it says that you need to regroup all the three places, so the child has to understand what happens when we regroup the ones, what happens when we regroup the tens, what happens when we regroup the hundreds. Encourages students to think backwards, that okay, if I do this, then this number will become 999. If I add one, then it will become 1000, and okay, then the regrouping happens at across all three places. So instead of doing addition, they analyze what kind of number would cause regrouping everywhere. We're not simply adding, we're not simply finding the place value. We are doing analysis of what that number could be, where this condition would fulfill. So that is why these are hot questions. So, and we really need to have these kinds of questions to enhance the analytical skills, the logical skills, the solving skills, critical thinking skills in the students. That is what NCF also asks for. That for maths there are so many skills that need to focus on. So there is a separate worksheet on these kind of questions that you will find in the workbooks. Third is the case study based questions. Now, we have given these questions in all the chapters, and why are these important? Because again, as we know that um, maths become more relevant when children relate it to any real life context. They know that okay, this is a problem and I really need to find the solution of this problem. So I have to which all concepts will I apply here. So these case study based questions actually make the subject become very alive for them. Usually if we just ask them to solve this, find calculations, so we have to move away, like calculation is just one part of mathematics. There are so many other aspects that when children know that okay, if I can apply this concept in this situation also, while shopping also, while making estimations also, and some problems are given, then they really like to solve problems in different scenarios. So case study based questions are very, very helpful. Like, yeah, so they help students see maths as a useful, understandable, and connected to real life. So they see maths using real life and familiar situations, so learning feels meaningful, that what I'm studying I'm going to apply it in some way or the other. Encourage students to think, reason, and make decisions, not just memorize steps. So you will find these case study based questions have many parts. So in one part they're solving, and the second part they're analyzing something, and they have to decide whether you should do this or that, so making decisions. So it also enhances decision making skills, helps students use what they learn in new situations. So see, addition will remain the same, multiplication is how you multiply, it will remain the same, but the application part, so they will know okay, this concept can be applied in this situation also, or okay, fractions can be applied in such a scenario also. So while making a dish, you apply fractions, and while moving in an escalator, you know that you are learning about integers. So many real life scenarios are presented through the case study based questions. Allows different ways of solving problems, so all learners can participate. So in mathematics there is no one way of solving, there is not always one way of solving a problem. You could arrive at the correct answer through many ways, and I think it is very important that we give the children that kind of freedom and liberty, that they can actually find out multiple ways of solving a problem. Only then the mathematical thinking will be inculcated in them. Check understanding and thinking, not only the final answer. Yeah, so even by solving a question in a wrong way you could get the final answer, but that is not the purpose of these questions. Is we have to see if they have understood the problem properly. Are the steps, that they are doing, calculating, are correct, and not just the final answers. I think in maths, while checking their papers also, I'm sure you have the answer key where you're just checking all their marks for steps also, and not just the final answer. So case study based questions are very, very helpful. Yeah. And the chapter ending feature. So we have the I can feature at the end of each chapter. So as you can see, there are these. So you can always link this section to the I would section. So at this beginning of the chapter, we have listed that children will be able to build numbers up to 10,000, or identify the place value and face value, and compare and order numbers, identify even or odd numbers, round off numbers, etc. So at the end of the chapter, the children will assess themselves that, okay, can I build numbers up to 10,000? If they feel that they are very confident, yes, so they can just put a tick, okay, I can do it on my own. Or if they feel that they'll need a little more help with it, so they can tick against, I can do it with help. So it is also not necessary that you have to make them attempt this after finishing the complete chapter. Suppose you have finished one concept within the chapter, then you can just quickly ask the children to attempt this. Okay, have you understood this? And that becomes a very handy tool for the teachers to understand, where how well the children have understood the concept. Then sure, he can decide that whether I need to explain the same concept in a different way. If most children are struggling to understand, they don't feel confident enough. So this comes very handy, and children also feel confident. Okay, they can assess themselves. It gives them a decision making power also, that and they take pride in ticking them all off, that okay, yo, I can do this, I can. So it gives them the confidence. So and for teachers also, it is very useful. Then we have life skills. These are the theme ending pages. So at the end of each theme, you will find these pages. Life skill section. So these are the life skill based activities and tasks that are given. And the fun tasks. So these fun tasks are very engaging and fun exercises, related to the topics that have been covered in that particular theme. Suppose my theme has 2 chapters. So maybe my life skill is based on the first chapter and fun task is based on the other chapter. So these are based on the chapters that are covered under that particular theme. So life skills, again, it is so when we are teaching children, there are many skills that we want them to teach to excel at, not just mathematical skills. And I think life skills is something that we cannot teach the children in isolation. We just or we already have such it's intensive curriculum that we have to finish, that each and everything we tell them, okay, now this is a life skill that you learn. It is always, it is embedded within the curriculum. So that is how we have also tried that the life skill activities are embedded within maths curriculum, so that they understand that, okay, in this situation I can use this mathematical skill and learn a life skill also at the same time. So these skills, like, I think it's very important for all children to be very good at implementing life skills and other skills other than mathematics. So this is how we have embedded these skills. This is an example of life skills. Prepare a sandwich with your parents and make sandwiches in all the different shapes. Now, round up the quantities to the nearest tens. So when they are making sandwiches in different shapes, so they are learning about shapes, then they are rounding up the quantities. And it's very important, see, because if the quantity for 6 sandwiches is given, that onion you have to use 275 grams, or cucumber this much. So obviously, these are the cases where the estimation skills are being used. If it is written 325 gram of butter, then I really don't need to measure 325 grams and then use it. It could be 310, 320. So such concepts have been picked very wisely, that where these round of estimation skills, what are the scenarios where we use this? So estimation is again a life skill. It's a mathematical skill, but it's a life skill also. So such questions have been covered. Now, since we have been talking about skills, there are skills which are, math specific, and we have listed them out here. When you talk about thinking skills, so the logical and analytical reasoning skills, problem solving ability, pattern recognition. So NCF also really focuses a lot on patterns, in the revised books also, you will see. uh, Conceptual skills, so strong number sense, understanding concepts, ability to connect mathematical ideas, and communication skills, of course, as we have seen the integration of how important the integration of maths and English languages is. Understanding word problems, explaining mathematical reasoning, and correct use of symbols and terminology. And we have actually tried to focus on all these skills through the various features that we have in our book. Let us look at more features that we have in the maths book. So these are the math specific features. So here is common errors. These are the highlight mistakes that students often make. There's some particular concepts where you can identify this is, very very common errors that you see. Like here we see that distributive property is not been applied properly, that the bracket is not being solved first, and the if you multiply 6 by 2 first and then add 30, it is going to give us the wrong answer. So that children already know. So when they already know that this is a very common mistake, they will be extra cautious while solving these questions. And so they can like save themselves from making the same mistakes. So it is a very very good feature that we have in the book. A value for you section. This connects math to real life situations that require thoughtfulness, empathy, and responsible decision making. Again, I said, like, life skills, values, these are things that cannot be taught in isolation. So we have to embed these things with our curriculum, and these are very very important these days, that the children learn about more values and they are skilled in more life skills. So these are these two skills, these two features. Let us look at more features. Challenge question, that is in the student book. So the horse question that I was telling you about is in the workbook, but the challenge question is in our students book. So these are challenge questions are very very important to encourage children to think critically, to analyze things, to have work on their logical reasoning ability. So when they know that, okay, when you have, so the challenge questions are not regular questions, they are higher order in level. And so with one challenge question you can actually check many skills and many multiple concepts. So it's just one question, but you can check the understanding of the children at many levels. So it's very very important, especially when you talk about maths. It's very important to give them challenges in between the chapter also. Then we have the do it now. So do it now is in text questions, like you have taught division, and just quick question, the child can solve it then and there in the student book. So we have given space also to solve these questions, that okay, now that you have learned about this, just quickly solve this and see if you have understood this or not. Let's explore. These are thought provoking questions or tasks which allow learners to understand the surroundings. So you see that here, following mountain peaks in India, these are given. Now they're comparing the height. So these are related to the surroundings. Going next. Yeah. So next we have the maths lab activity. And we know that, maths lab activities are very, very important. These are hands-on activities. So the children will, at the end of the chapter, we have given these, that what concept they have learned about, they can just practice with the hands on. They can experience themselves that how the concept is understood or how a particular formula has been derived. So these we have given, very very crucial for a subject like maths. Now theme and practice exercise is at the end of a theme. So these will have questions from all the chapters that are covered under that particular theme. So I have, suppose the first theme has the chapters numbers and addition. So the chapter end exercise of numbers will have only questions from the chapter on numbers, and the chapter end exercise of addition will only have questions from the concepts of addition. But the theme end exercise will have questions from both the chapters, numbers as well as additions. So very, very important. Children don't, they tend to forget, the concepts that they keep learning. By the time they reach chapter 5 or 6, then it is like, okay, mostly we see that they tend to forget the concepts learned. So at least for the theme, it will give a very good a quick recap of all the concepts that they have learned in that particular theme. Now, did you know? So this is did you know section is, these are interesting snippets of information related to the topic. So this talks about the great Indian female mathematician, India's first female mathematician, Ms. Shakuntala Devi. And also in NCP, see that there's a lot of emphasis on teaching children, on making them aware about Indian mathematicians. So such pieces of information you will find in the did you know boxes within the chapters. Then we have wonder section. So these are observation based questions or activities that help the learners understand the surroundings. Again, you see that just go to the kitchen and take out packets of different grocery items and just write the cost and this. So these things actually find within their homes, in their surroundings. So this relates to what they actually see around them. Comic adventures. Now see, and these are very cute, interesting, and engaging comic strips to deliver a concept. So children actually find these very, very interesting, and we're trying our best to make math less abstract and more realistic. They find more fun, and they can engage more and find it easier, and not just they're not scared of mathematics anymore. So these are the features. Now, like ours is an integrated program, so we have subject integration, and you will find it very often in our books. For example, the on the left, this is more about factors. This is a screenshot from our book where Emperor Akbar wanted to plant these many rose bushes, and then you see Birbal, and he's taking his advice, and this is the same characters have been used in our English book. So on the right, you see that Akbar and Birbal, the same characters, are wearing the same dresses. So children can actually relate. Okay, I have seen them in the English book. Now they're in the maths book. So it actually, when they can connect between the subjects, it gives them confidence and they take interest, because they are connecting now these characters with the story. And although in maths we are not doing it with the story all the time, but then that connection is made, so they relate to it, so they take interest. So subject integration, we have actually done this in our maths books as well. Okay, now coming to the teacher's manual, that was about the workbooks and the student books, the features that we just saw. In the teacher's manuals, we have chapter plans. Now this is for class 3, and chapter is numbers up to 10,000. The concepts have been listed here, and the learning outcomes are listed here, that what all concepts will be covered, and by the end of the chapter, what will the children be able to achieve. Now the task details, here you can see the day wise planning is given just at one glance. You can see there are 13 days that are dedicated for this chapter, 13 periods, 13 teaching periods, what all concept we are going to cover on each day, and where will I need, okay, a student book. SB stands for the student book. Okay, I have to do I wonder question, this, then fun at home. Okay, this has been given, so you can quickly just the whole planning of the chapter is in front of you just at one glance. So it is a very quick planner kind of a thing that we have given. We've added this in the revise section, so you have the lesson plans also, but the chapter starts in the teacher's manual starts with a chapter plan. Then Mathematics lesson plans. This is 12.2. This is from grade 4. The chapter, the concept, the skills which will be focused in this plan, the learning outcomes, competencies. These are, tagged to all the competencies also, and the curricular goals. Because here we are not just focusing in our books, we're not just focusing on, just passing on information or just making them ready for doing calculations. We have to develop competency based skills in the children. So that is how our planning of teachers manual is also like that. Then the sections are, first it start the plan starts with a warm up section. The resources required are mentioned, whether it will be a pair activity or a group activity, whether the whole class will be involved or whether it's an like individual activity. Everything is given here in the class setting, and duration. Then teach with excellence. So these are these we have added, this classroom management the strategies we have added. You can find them on the prelim pages, the first pages of the book. That there are many, like we are not using all strategies in every plan, but you will find different strategies in all our plans. So this is one of these. Teach with excellence. So positive framing, make sure that you try to correct the students behavior by using positive statements consistently. Conveying what you expect them to do helps them understand your expectations positively. We know, like as teachers also we know, but sometimes it happens that we are always in a hurry and we have so many things on our mind that we tend to forget these things. So these are quick reminders that okay, you can use this strategy, and it's they are very helpful. And then comes the procedure, how the actual activity or the lesson will go on. The common error section is also given here. Then wrap up, how are we going to wrap the plan up. And the fun at home activities, that we are asking the children that okay, you can play these games at home from the ebook. And this is the structure of our lesson plans. The answer key for the workbooks have also been given in our teachers manual, so you can just find them at the end. That's all about the print component. Thank you so much for joining this session and listening to the print part so carefully, and typing in your responses. Thank you so much. Now my colleague Sparsh will take you through the digital components of this book. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shakti. Am I,
So,
am I audible to you?
yes, yes, Persh, you are audible.
Okay.
Thank you, dear teachers, for waiting.
So I think I am not getting any answers of my question. Uh, which component do you use in our digital section, be it lesson plan or learning resources, or you use it to generate a test? Can I see some responses?
Sparsh, can we come back on the presenter mode, please?
Sure. Is it okay now?
Yes, yes.
They're answering LMS, learning resources, animation videos.
Animation videos, yes. LMS, okay. Okay, thank you so much, teachers. So I would start my presentation on learning management system. I think you have already used our learning management system. So this is the login page of our LMS, where you will add your username and password and then click on sign in. Okay, so this is going to be the landing page of our learning management system. There are some toggle buttons on the left side, and if you want to select a specific grade, you have to go to this section, and then you can select any grade that you want to teach to the children. I'm taking grade 3 this time. So if you want to go to grade 3, you have to select from the drop down, and then you will see the subjects. All the subjects are mentioned here. So today we are taking the math section, so you have to click on that. You can also see how many chapters or how many questions or how many resources are tagged to this specific grade on the landing page. When you go inside, you will see that we have multiple options. First one is the lesson plan, second is the learning resources, third is the question bank, fourth is the test, and fifth is the my book. I will cover each and every aspect of our learning management system simultaneously. Okay, so on the left hand side, you can see the table of content where we have mentioned all the chapters present in grade 3. So if you want to go to a specific chapter, you can do that. You can just click on numbers up to 10,000, and all the concepts that are present in that specific chapter are listed under that section. In the lesson plan section, you can just go to a player version, where you can see here there are 4 sections. First is the play version. So there are two aspects of our lesson plan. First one is the player version, and second one is the print version. You can use either of the two. So I'll tell you about what we are offering in the player version. When you click on this player version, the lesson plan will open, and it will look like this. And in the I section, there is some information related to that specific lesson plan, where you can see the class. So it's mentioned that it's from grade 3 2025. Subject is mathematics. Chapter is numbers up to 10,000. What concept is linked with that specific lesson, or on which concept we are offering that lesson plan, that is also mentioned. What are the skills that we have tagged in that specific lesson plan are also there. The learning outcomes to that lesson plan, the competencies, and the curricular goals. So this information you can see from the I button. And then, as Yukti have already told you, that we have 4 sections for our lesson plan. First one is the warm up, second is the procedure, third is wrap up, and fourth one is the fun at home. So also you can see that we have a launch button over here. From here, if you click on that launch button, there is a learning resource tagged to it. If you open it, the learning resource will open, and you can easily use the learning resource in the class. Also, just a second. you can all we have already tagged the learning resource in the fun at home section. I'll just toggle to each and every section to show you how our lesson plan looked like in a player version. So in the warm up section, you can see that we have written some text. Also in the procedure section, we have mentioned the common errors and the teach with excellence. In the wrap up section, we have given some exercise for the students, and there is also a teach with excellence. And in the fun at home section, we have tagged our learning resource. So here you can see that we have tagged our learning resource, which is named as number names. You can click on it, and then that learning resource will be opened. So you can use that learning resource while teaching the concept or while teaching the lesson plan. Okay, so then apart from that, there is also a different way to open the lesson plan, which is the print version. So here you can see that there is a plan text. You can click on it and the print version of the lesson plan will get opened. Okay, let me try once again. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I'll try again later. Let's move on to the learning resources.
So, dear teachers, kindly bear with us. I think there are some network errors.
Yeah, yeah.
So, hence, Sparsh will quickly get back onto the LMS and we will explore the features together. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Please do stay with us. Allow us some time, and definitely we'll come back on the LMS. Thank you, Gayatri ma'am, for sharing that. Yes, you have opened it and it works several times. Thank you. So these are minor glitches. It happens with technologies, and we are seeing a live example wherein Sparsh got little stuck. But yes, of course, we need to check our bandwidth, the network, and the connectivity. So thank you for being patient with us. That's very kind of you, dear teachers. Kindly be patient little bit.
I think the network is slightly choppy over here.
Could we ask for help, Sparsh? Anyone around you?
Sure, sure.
Yes, please do that. Thank you.
Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, yes, it's
Okay,
visible.
okay. Let me try
Yes.
once again. Okay, so here is the print version of our lesson plan. Here you can see each and every aspect of our lesson plan, which is the class, subject, and duration. And on the contrary to the player version, all the aspects of our lesson plan, which is the warm up, procedure, wrap up, and fun at home sections, are present on the same slide, on the same page, as you can see over here. So you can just go down and then you can see each and every aspect of our lesson plan, which is the warm up procedure, wrap up, and fun at home. Apart from that, you can see that we have already tagged a learning resource with that. You can just click on that and the learning resource will open. So here, this is an interactivity which the students can use. And if you click on the preview lesson, it will go back to the player version. So now it will show you the player version like this. Also on the left hand side, if you just click on any concept, like if I click on let's suppose place value and face value, if I click on it, it's lesson, you can see the lesson plan tagged to that concept. So you can easily go to that specific concept to see the lesson plan. So now you can easily play that lesson plan tagged to that specific concept. It's still taking slight time. Okay, so let's move on to the learning resources. As I've already told you that you can use the learning resources from the lesson plans. Also, there is another way from where you can directly play the learning resources. So there's a learning resource tab, and then you can directly play the learning resource. If you have something in your mind which is related to a specific concept, you can directly go to the learning resources and then play that specific learning resource from there. Like let's suppose if I want to go to chapter 1, if you select a specific chapter, then that will filter out the learning resources of that specific chapter. It's still taking slight time. Just give me a moment. Okay, so now if I click on chapter 1,
Sparsh, can we borrow someone's data connectivity or
yeah.
something? Yeah, thank you, dear teachers. Thank you for showing great patience here. I know it is a one odd day that we are facing here, as few of our teachers are also discussing that if little bit of Wi-Fi connectivity not stable, then we get stuck little bit. So hence, this is our one odd day. Our team is helping the expert with the connectivity. Kindly stay with us. Thank you so much for being patient and kind in today's webinar. Thank you, dear teachers, for sharing positive feedbacks. I can see a lot of teachers sharing their feedback on the digital resources. I know most of you have and enjoyed the interactivities, games around maths concept. Thank you so much for using it effectively and efficiently, the Oxford Advantage LMS. Sparsh is getting back on the LMS part. Hope we will quickly come on to the LMS. Yes. Thank you, Namita ma'am, for understanding our today's small glitch that we are facing. So the design learning curriculum team is presenting it for us pan India across for all the schools and teachers, and they are based in Delhi office. And definitely we are getting a great insight on the print aspect and also the LMS part. Good, we can see good curiosity and lovely questions coming in. Some of us are also asking, can we download learning resources? We cannot download, but yes, we can download the app. Sparsh, do stop me once you are ready.
Sure, sure. Renju, is my screen visible to you?
Yes, yes, very
Okay,
much.
so you can see the LMS platform, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I've changed my browser. I think I've
Incognito mode, you try next time if you are getting stuck.
sure.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, dear teachers. I think he's back. Yeah, all yours first. Please continue.
Thank you. So I was on the learning resources platform. So now if I click on chapter 1, you can see that filter out the learning resources of that specific chapter. So I'll play a learning resource for you. Let's suppose a concept animation. I hope you can hear the audio.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay. So here is the concept animation where there is an animation related to a specific concept, and then at the end of that animation, one interactivity is also tagged. So here the students can attempt the interactivity after the animation. So let me just attempt a question. So this is the correct answer. It will show like this. So this is the concept animation which we are providing in our learning resources tab. So there are 4 to 5 types of learning resources. First one is the game, interactivity, concept animation, audios, videos are also there. So these are the learning resources which we are providing in our learning management system. Apart from that, we also have some question bank which we are providing for each and every chapter. Like you can see over here that we have given 717 questions for grade 3. If you want to prepare a test, you can do that by these questions of question bank, and there is a filter option you can see over here. By clicking on that, you can see that there are 6 different types of filter results. First one is that question type, where we have given these types of questions in our question bank. Apart from that, there is a complexity, easy, medium, and difficult. You can filter out the questions based on the complexity. Classification, these are all tagged to the Bloom's taxonomy. Marks, you can filter out the questions basis on the marks. And apart from that, there are the source based questions. So there are some additional questions also here, some workbook questions and some student book questions. And at last, we have given some questions which related to the pen and paper. So if you give that questions, the children need pen and paper to solve that questions. They won't be able to use the online platform for that. So they need pen and paper for those kind of questions in the question bank. So let's suppose I select one question. Let's suppose this one, fill in the blanks, and I type anything. So if you click and give the right answer, the scored marks will be 1, or whatever the marks dedicated to that specific question, this will reflect it that way. I have given the wrong answer, that's why the scored marks is 0. Apart from that, you can see that maximum marks is 1 to that question. So the student will get 1 mark if he answers right. Apart from that, there are 2 different sections. First one is the complexity and classification. The complexity of the question is easy, and the classification is remembering. Okay, so now if you select on any other question, you can see there's an I button where you will find for every question. You can see that there are marks for that specific question. Concept is mentioned, level of difficulty, classification, source. That is the additional question. This question is not present in the student book and in the workbook. So this is the additional question that we are providing on our LMS platform, and the skills tagged to that specific question. So these are the things you can see for each and every question while using the LMS platform. Okay, so next one is the test. I'll move on to the test. I think this is the most used aspect of our learning resource. Teachers you tend to use the test uh, for their formative assessment or for the summative assessment. You can easily generate a test by using this. I'll just create one test for you. When you click on create test, this window will open. Just click on create test, and by clicking on it, you will land on this page where you can see multiple dialog boxes. First one is the class, so that we have already selected that we are on class 3. Now if I want to make a test for only one chapter, so let's suppose I click on chapter 1, numbers up to 10,000. I selected that chapter, and then you have to give a specific name. So if I name it as chapter 1 test FA. Let's suppose I give the name like this, and then you have to edit the section. While doing that, you can just give it the name. Let's suppose I name it as section A, and how many questions you want to give in that specific section. Let's suppose I give 5 questions to it. Just click on save, and then you have to press add question. Now we have to add the questions. Now you have the liberty to select the question type, complexity, classification, marks, source, and mode. Let's suppose I select multiple choice questions. I'm not changing the complexity, classification, and other aspects. Just apply filter to that. By applying that filter, this will only show the multiple choice questions. Now you have to select. We have already selected that we want only 5 questions in that specific section. So now you have to select 5 questions. If you select less or more questions, it will throw an error to the window. So I've selected 3 questions till now, 4 and then 5. And when you go down, it will show add to section. Just click on that section. It will say total 5 questions have been selected. Just press on OK. So 5 questions have been added to section A. If you want to give another section, just press on add section. It will ask you the name. I'll give the name as section B. And now I want to give 5 questions to that section also, and press save. Now add question. So we have selected 5 multiple choice questions to that. Now I will select 5 fill in the blanks questions. Just click on fill in the blanks and press on apply filter. It will now give you only the fill in the blanks question. Select 5 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and just press add to the section. Total 10 questions have been added. So if you add 5 questions in section and then in section B, so it will be 10 questions. So total 10 questions. Now click on next. So now you are ready that I want to give these 10 questions for the test. Just click on next. And then it will show you 2 different messages. First one is the messages or instructions to be given at the beginning of the test. So these are the preset or the default setting that we are providing for the test. So these are the instructions that are going to be present in the beginning of the test, and this is the instruction that will present at the end of the test. You can easily change the instructions, like if you can say attempt, let's suppose I say attempt all questions. So you can easily edit the instructions in both the sections, and then you have to click on next. By clicking on next, the next would be the preferences. Now you can also select the preferences. So you can, if you are giving a hint, then you can press on hint. Allow skipping questions. You are allowed that if you want that the students can skip questions, you can easily do that. Number of questions, number of attempts allowed 5. You can easily change that, like I can select 2. Test duration, whatever time is suited for the test, you can easily do that. It can be a 1 hour test also, so I'll select 1 hour. And these are the preset settings. You can easily change these settings. Just click on save and your test has been created. Just click on OK. Sometimes it takes slight time. Okay, so now you can see that in the test section, the question paper, the test I've created, it will show you here. This is the test that I've created. To assigning the test, just click on this and then assign the test. Just click on the group and then assign. So the test is already assigned to the students. So by this, you can easily create a test from our existing repository of questions, and then you can easily assign the test to the students. This is a very important and very, very useful feature of our learning management system. You can easily use that. You can make n number of tests by using this test feature. Okay, so now I'll move on to the My Book section. Let me just refresh it once. Just click on My Book. Okay, so these are the chapters where you can see for chapter 1 you can see 2 different options. First is view book, first is play ebook, and second one is view PDF. I'll just cover view PDF, so just click on view PDF once. I'll again do that. Just give me a moment. I think the network is still challenging me that.
So should we try ebook instead of PDF?
Yeah, I'll just play the ebook. You just click on the play ebook.
Thank you, dear teachers, for sharing lovely constructive feedback. Till the time Sparsh is opening the ebook and the PDF along, if it's opening, do keep sharing your feedback. Let the feedbacks keep coming, and we are delighted to see your feedback, especially like no confusion. You're very clear with the concepts which Sparsh is, showing us with respect to the LMS, and also the features which we saw in our print book, which is visible now on the LMS. Great. I think the page is open.
It's taking a bit of time. So this is the ebook feature. So we have completely redesigned our ebook. Now we have embedded all our learning resources in the ebook. Previously, that was not the case, but now we have embedded all our learning resources in the ebook. So now you can see that. So this is the visual way to present our theme opening page. So just click on the chapter and you will land on the first page of the specific chapter. Give me a moment.
Yes, Sparsh, take your time, no issues.
Yeah.
Teachers are with us and they are sharing their good feedback, useful feedback in the chat boxes. Comments are हैं बहुत सारे. Thank you so much. Try the incognito mode as shared earlier. Dear teachers, thank you so much for having patience with us. I know we are having and we are facing this one of the odd days, like how as a teacher also few of them shared that today only it happened with me. Thank you for understanding this. As one of the person also shared that yes, technical glitches suddenly they pop up nowhere wherever we are and whichever situation. Great. Hopefully, it should open now. Yes. Thanks, Asha ma'am. Thanks, Emma ma'am. I think he's able to open now. Yes. Kindly stay connected. Thank you so much. We'll be seeing the other features, like as Sparsh was mentioning, that we have changed a lot of features. Now, individually, we have seen all the tabs. That was the lesson plan, the learning resources, question bank, test, and now he is shifting to the my book features, the ebook features. And let us have a look. What is that new feature format, and what all we have in store for you?
It is still taking time. I'll just refresh it once.
Okay, thank you, Varalakshmi ma'am, for your suggestion. Ma'am is saying that in the bottom we have chapters names. Please click on that. Okay, we'll try to do that also. Thank you, Madhuri ma'am, for exploring all the activities with the students and creating a very fun learning environment in your classroom. That's great, great feedback coming in. Thank you so much. Great. I think this is giving us a chance to connect with you on the feedback chat session, making the maximum utilization of the time. First, do take a help if required. Look for a help nearby.
Actually, I think the LMS platform is slightly choppy today. There's no problem in the internet.
Okay. Okay. So just find out a few more seconds. We'll go
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So, dear teachers, like how Madhuri ma'am has shared, do share. There are few new teachers. There are few veteran teachers who have been using the Oxford Advantage LMS platform with all the features, exploring in and out. Okay, great, great. Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Ma'am is saying that yes, she has been using all the applications, chapter plans, lesson plans, and yes, of course, question banks. Yes. So we are getting a lot of positive feedback on the question banks. It gives us a lot of support when it comes to creating questions, worksheets, especially for maths. We need a lot of practice work happening. Great, great. Thank you, Divya ma'am, for using the ebook very effectively. Okay, students, yes, students love the games. Yes, Maheshwari ma'am, I too agree with you. At times, an adult or as a teacher, we also like the games which are embedded in our LMS. Yes, hopefully, Sparsh book should open now.
Okay.
Yes,
So
cool.
now,
Thanks, teachers, for being
you
there.
can
Yes,
see
yes,
that.
yes.
Thank you so much, Ranju. Okay, so this is the first chapter. When you click on it, also at the bottom, you can see the key. When you hover your mouse, you can see that this is the audio section, this is the read section, this is the pop out, interactivity, game, and animation. So this is going to be a key for you that which what exactly that learning source is all about. Just click on that. Just click on the chapter, and then you can see the audio section. Just click on it. Chapter 1, numbers up to 10,000. So you can hear the audio. Also, for all the objective type questions, we have presented it in a interactive manner. So like you can see, there's a one single answer for this I know section. We have provided the answer. I'll just click on it, and you can see the magic over here. I'll type the right answer first, and then I will show you when you write the wrong answer. Just write the correct answer and then click on the window. You can see that if I write the correct answer, it will reflect it in the green color. And if I write the wrong answer, it will show it as red. So you can use this feature while teaching. You can easily teach the children from the ebook. So this is the objective type questions which can be used in the class only. Also, if you go further, you can see this option. So this is the pop out option. We have provided the audio to some sections. If you just click on that, you will hear the audio to this specific question. All ATM pins are 4-digit numbers. So overall, 10,000 combinations can be made using these numbers. So you can see and you can find all these learning resources tagged to that specific page. I'll just click on this activity. Okay, let me try another one. So this is the concept animation that you have already watched. Place value. It is present on that specific page where the concept is present. So the concept is place value and face value. So we have given the animation related to that specific concept. Now I'll come to the taskbar options, where you can see the highlight section. If you want to highlight anything, you can do that easily. Just click on that specific text and just use the highlight. So the highlighting will look like this. And by clicking on that, it will ask you, are you sure you want to remove the highlight? Yes. If you want to go to a specific page, just write the page number and then click enter. It will show you that specific page. And if you want to go to the TOC, just click on it. You will land on the TOC page. Click on that chapter. For the pen, you can use multiple options. There are multiple thicknesses options and the colors. Just use that specific pen like I'm using right now. So this is the black pen. There's a reset all section also. Just click on reset all and it will erase all the things that you have already done. Also, there's an eraser section. So when you click on it, it will erase. If you want to go back, just click on the pen section. Now, if you want to zoom in something, just zoom in, click on zoom in. It will zoom in like this. And similarly, the zoom out section is there. Also, if you do not want the audio of that page, just click on this section. It will remove the audio toggles. I'm clicking it right now. And when you click on these three dots, there are multiple sections. First one is the search. you can easily search anything, like I'm searching about number. It will show you the section where you can see the number word. So it will show you that number word is present on page 10 on these many places and on these many lines. We have also provided glossary for some difficult words, which you can see over here. So these are the 4 words that we have provided glossary for. Thumbnail. If you want to check out the chapter in a very short manner, you can do that. So you can see in the thumbnail section. Audio speed, you can decrease or increase the audio speed. I'll just show you one example. I wonder. So this is the 1x. Why can't a 4-digit number when you increase, start with a 0? Or when you decrease. I wonder, why can't a 4-digit number start with a 0? So you can see the audio speed. I've increased or decreased the audio speed. You can also do that. If you want to bookmark a page, you can also do that. Just click on this bookmark section and then go to the bookmark. You can see that I've prepared a bookmark. Just click on that 10 page and that page will open. So you can easily create a bookmark, and to delete that bookmark, just click on this star section. So the bookmark is completely deleted. You can easily create a note on a specific page. Let's suppose I want to write something. You can easily create a note and the note will appear like this. So this is going to be a sticky note. And by clicking on that, it will ask you, are you sure you want to remove the note? Yes. The read mode. So there is no read mode over here, but on this page, you can see that it will show the read mode. In the view mode, you can change the mode to 1 page to 2 page view. So now I have selected the 2 page view. When you deselect it, it will show you the single page view. Apart from that, there are 2 different features which you can use quite efficiently. First one is the spotlight and second one is the mask. So while using the spotlight, you can easily spotlight a specific section like this. And by clicking on it again, it will disappear. Similarly, for mask feature, you can easily use the mask feature. If you have given any question and you do not want to show the answer to the students, you can easily that mask section to cover that specific answer and ask the students first and then show them the correct answer. So you can use these 2 features quite efficiently. Just click on it. And then there is a help section where you can see that we have provided the guide to all the toggles, to all the buttons. So you can easily see the descriptions of all the buttons. So this is the activity button, this is the highlight button. So you can use that before using the ebook. So I'll just show you one page where you can easily use the. So like here also this is also an objective question. If you type the right answer, it will show in green. Just click on it. So it will show in green. But if you give a wrong answer, it will show in red. So these are the interactive questions that we are providing in our ebook. So this is going to be a game changer for all of you guys. So this is all about the ebook. I'll just move on to the learning tools. And before that, I'll just show you the teacher's corner, what we are providing in our teacher's corner.
Thank you, dear teachers, for the constructive feedback on the features which Sparsh has just shared. He will be opening the Teachers Corner shortly. And great feedback, positive feedback coming in. The spotlight, the masking, the sticky note, lovely feedback coming in from the teachers. And Sparsh is taking us very nicely, step by step, all the features for our teachers. Yes, we will be showing you more. Thank you, Trupti Vasi ma'am. Thank you. Great. So here we are having a lovely feedback, Sparsh. The presentation has happened
Thank you so
very
much.
beautifully, step by step. In we are touching upon all the features, despite we are having little or technical glitches, but all appreciation for the teachers being very supportive for this presentation. And definitely we'll go back to the teacher's corner now. Yes, it's
Okay,
opening fully.
so when you click on, when you show, so there's a left hand, if you see the left hand side pane, you can see and click on the teacher's corner. So there are some class resources over here. Just click on the plus button and you will see that we are providing some key elements specific to that specific grade. Let's click on class 3 2025. You will see mathematics. Just click on it and you will see that we are providing complete detailed solution for each and every chapter for grades 3 to 5. I'll just show one chapter to you. So what we are providing in our detailed solutions. In the meanwhile, I can also show you that we are providing, apart from detailed solutions, we are providing workbook. So the complete PDF of the workbook is there in the teacher's corner. Also, we are providing the student book answer key of part A and part B in the teacher's corner. Apart from that, we are also providing the answer key of the workbook. So in teacher's corner, you have the detailed solutions. Second one is the workbook, PDF of the workbook. Third is the answer key of the student book, part A and part B. And at last, you will get the answer key of the workbook. So this is the detailed solution of chapter 1, where we have given the stepwise solution of each and every question. You can see over here. So the next page is not loading. You can just see the example over here. So this we have given in the teacher's corner. So this is also very helpful for the teachers. So this we are providing in our teacher's corner. Now let's move on to the learning tools. If you click on the learning tools, just give me a moment. Yeah, so just click on the toolbox. Click on the toolbox and it will show it like mathematics. Click on mathematics and it will show you all the tools that we are providing in our learning management system.
So Toolbox is one of our special features for maths. Would encourage all the teachers to explore what all we have. Yes, Sparsh will also take us step by step with the tools till the time it's opening. I am coming in between because we need to communicate. At times, online conversation meetings should not go blank. Thank you so much, dear teachers, for encouraging us with great feedback and staying connected with us and staying with us till now. I think he is on the way to open it. Yes.
It is taking a bit of time. Please stay connected.
So till the time the toolbox is opening, you may share in the chat box if the existing teachers got the chance to explore and
Yeah.
use the toolbox. Can we get some answers here?
Yes, I'm actually about to ask the question. Have you used any tool while teaching, and any specific tool that you really like? Can I see some responses in the chat box? What specific tool that you have used a lot, and uh, which one do you like the most?
Okay, we'll wait for the answers. And
Yeah.
if at all, if teachers have not used it, or you are new to the toolbox, or if you have missed out on exploring the toolbox of maths, let us explore with Sparsh, and definitely we will use it efficiently, effectively in our classroom when we are explaining the mathematical concepts to children.
Here, Saujanya ma'am said question bank. Kavita ma'am said learning resources. Purnima ma'am said mask. Thank you, teachers, for sharing your feedback. You are using all these features.
Okay. So now we'll move to the tools. First one is the geometry box. So let's play that resource. And you will see, while clicking on that, you will see that if you want to create a specific line of a specific line segment, you can easily do that. Just click on the ruler section, and by clicking on the pencil, you can easily create a line segment of 5 centimeter. So now let's make an angle of 60-degree. Use the protector, and then while clicking on that, we have to create a 60-degree angle. Just place a point, and then now join the line. So by doing this, you will see that we have created a 60-degree angle. Apart from that, you can easily draw a circle by using this tool, the compass tool. Let's suppose we want to make a specific circle. Just do that. I'll show you once again. So this is the undo option. Just click on it. This is drag to move. Just drag it. And then if you want to make a circle, just press on it, hold it, and move your mouse. It will be created like this. Also, you can easily save your or print also. Like if you want to save it, just create a, and so there are 3 different options: PNG, JPEG, and PDF. You can easily save it. So this page is saved. Also, you can use the graph by showing the students to how to make a graph. Let's suppose if you want to show a straight line, or maybe this is not going to be a straight line, but you can easily use this to prepare a graph. So this is how you can do that. You can also write the text. Just double click on it and just move it like this. So this is the way you can use the geometry box tool. And by clicking on new, you will get a new page, completely new page. And if you click on help, you will see the complete guide of that specific tool. While it is opening, I'll just move on to the next tool. I think it's not loading. I'll just move on to the next tool, which is the faction strips. Just click on it. Just give me a moment. So this is the fraction strip. Click on start, and then you can easily use this to compare the fractions to see whether the two fractions are equivalent or not. I'll just show you an example. Just click on it, click on this section, the fraction bar. How many equal parts do you want? Let's suppose we want 4 equal parts. So this will automatically create the 4 equal parts. Just click on OK. And now we want to see that two fractions are equivalent or not. Let's suppose I'll select, now this time I'll select only 2 equal parts. I want only 2 equal parts. Just click on it and then place it one below the other. Click on OK. Use the color like this. So this, we have colored 2 bars out of 4, and then I have selected a different color for the next strip like this. And if you click on this 1/2 label section, just click on it and you can see that it is going to present you the labels automatically. So now you can see, and now you can also tell the children that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. So this way you can teach them the equivalent fractions. Also, you can use this tool to solve the comparing fractions concept. And if you want to write something or write a text, you can easily do that. I'll just show you an example. I want to write 2 into 5 equal to 10. So like you can easily do that. Click on done. And now you can move this. You can also increase the text size or decrease the text size by doing this. So by clicking on the left button, it will decrease the size, and by clicking on the right button, it will increase the size. Apart from that, there is another section which is this. So you can also use the circle to create the fraction. Like I want to create a circle 10 equal parts, and now if I want to show you how you can show 3/10 in a circle, just color 3, and then it will automatically show that this circle shows the 3/10. You can also use this feature in data handling also. So this tool you can use in fractions as well as in the data handling by if you are teaching the pie chart. So this tool will come in handy when you teach data handling also. So by this way you can easily use this tool. And if you go to the help section, it will also show you the guide to that specific tool. Click on done and then click on this. Apart from that, there is one more tool that you can easily use in grades 3 to 5, which is the addition and subtraction tool. Okay, so here it says please enter a number between 0 to 999. I'll just put 4, 6, 5, and below also I put so now it says that please enter a number between 0 to 534. So it cannot go beyond, the result cannot be go beyond 999. So you have to select a number from between 0 to 534. So now we will select 398. So now we are going to do the addition. Just click on determine, and it will show you the stepwise solution for each and every step. Like the ones is glowing, just click on it. It will add and show you the regrouping process. It says carry, just click on it. And similarly, you can see the right hand side also. Again, carry. Click on hundreds. So it will show you the answer. So this is a stepwise solution how to create or how to land on a sum of two numbers. Similarly, you can easily do this for subtraction. So let's take an example of subtraction also. Let's suppose 783 and the below is 489. So determine, we'll say ones. So it says not enough. We do not have enough ones in 783. Just click on not enough and it will ask borrow. So now you can see 1/10 is converted to 10 ones for 783, and similarly the same is happening in the right hand side. You can see 8 is cut and it over that you can see 7, and for 3 there is 13. So now we have 7/10 and 13 ones. Click on ones. It will subtract 9 from that 13 ones and give you 4 ones. Now also we do not have enough tens. Click on not enough and borrow. So 100 is converted to 10 tens. Now we have 17 tens and we have to subtract 8 tens from those 17 tens. So now the answer is 9, and now click on hundreds. So we have ample hundreds. So this is 294. So the answer is 294. I hope you like our learning management system. Do you have any questions? Or if you do not have, I have one question for you all. So these are the 21 tools that we have in our LMS. Any tool that you want to have in our LMS that make your life easy, you can put your responses in the chat box. Any other specific tool that is going to be helpful for you while teaching, so this we can take it as a feedback. Any specific tool, you can write it in the chat box. And also I want to say thank you so much for attending this session. I know that the internet is slightly choppy right now, and you have eagerly waited for this session. But yeah, this happens sometimes.
Yes, absolutely, Sparsh. So, a lot of appreciations coming in for today, especially for the geometry toolbox, as Sojanya also shared in the chat. And there are a few teachers who have shown expressed their desire to, implement and explore the geometry toolbox tomorrow itself.
Yeah.
So, great feedback coming in.
Also, on the consolidated terms, what exact feature did you like the most from the print and from the digital? Any feature that you liked the most from the print and from the digital, you can mark your responses in the chat box. So I think Manisha ma'am is saying geometry box. I can see.
Swapna ma'am says addition and subtraction.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Digital. I can see a lot of responses from teachers. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, fraction strips. Great,
Fraction strips,
great.
yeah.
Case
Case
based
study
questions.
based questions.
Superb. Forming circle, yes. Great, Sparsh. I think we are getting
Thank
a
you so
mixed
much.
response for our print and LMS part. And it's a great delight to see all positive feedbacks coming in. Thank you, dear teachers, for actively participating and humbly and kindly supporting us when we were facing our technical glitch. This gave the flexibility and the warm gestures which the teachers have shared. It made us feel good, and Sparsh pulled it off very beautifully, because at times we get little conscious. Yeah, thank you, Yukti. Thank you, Sparsh. Lovely feedback coming in. and we as a team have tried to put in our best. And as I mentioned, that we have our design learning team all the way from Delhi holding the session for pan India cross teachers, and we are really delighted to see the feedback. Thank you, dear teachers, thank you so much. And my co-host Saujanya has also been very, very supportive. It's a delight to see the feedbacks are not stopping only, excellent
Yes.
is the word. We might fall short for the word also, the way teachers are describing it. Superb, superb. Though we know that the holidays have started, but kudos to all the teachers. Kudos to all the teachers.
Yes.
Very, very interactive session today. And I personally, I am very thrilled. And I can see the happiness on the presenters' face also, Yukti and Sparsh, Saujanya. Great, great. We would love to hear more feedbacks. Do share more feedback on the webinar. If you have the access to the email, do share it. Do share it with us. Lovely, lovely.
Please fill in the feedback forms popping up at the end of the session so that you will receive a certificate. Thank you so much, dear teachers, for joining the session. Have a
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
beautiful
much, Rindu.
evening.
So much, Saujanya. Thank you so much, teachers, for joining in the session.
Thank you, Sparsh and Yukti, for making it a big success.
Yes, finally, maths teachers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was a great delight to host and moderate the webinar today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
Let the
you.
feedback keep pouring in. We are reading on. I know,